good morning to everybody. This is the Diamond Factory. I am Dr. Roz, stepping in for our phenomenal Chief Sales Officer, Phyllis Nash, who, as we all know, is one of those persons, like so many, that are in Jamaica, man. And we're so excited for what's taking place there. We're going to keep in touch with them and keep track with what's going on. We're starting to see pictures being posted on Facebook. Exciting, exciting. What we're able to be a part of here in Wakanda. Do you realize? And every time you look at it, realize you are part of that. So we're excited about that. But today is Tuesday, and this is the Diamond Factory. And for those of you that are here for the very first time, Diamond is our highest ranking in our company. And so all we do here is empower, just encourage, engage, and start our day off with positive mindset because we want to help every single person that is here that's a part of Wakanda reach that level of engagement, that level of ranking called the diamond. So diamonds are made right here in the factory. And today is a special day because I'm going to introduce our speaker for today. This lady, let me tell you guys, if you ever want to be inspired, you want to listen to the next person that you're going to hear in a few minutes because she is such an inspiration. I know she has no idea how many people that she has been a blessing to, that she has mentored, that she has opened up their mindset of being encouraged to just make it another day because of what challenges she has overcome. And she's a professional. She's just a good person. I got to meet her personally during the Ruby Retreat, her and her husband, who's right there by her side. I love it. I love it because it's just like me and my husband. So I want you to get ready because you may need to take some notes for what she's going to give you and what she's going to really just leave in your spirit. Let's get ready to receive this morning. She's a diamond. She's an emerald director on her way to diamond. Yes, we speak it into existence. Miss Erica Zachary. Erica, are you out there? I see you unmuted, so you can go ahead and talk. We don't hear you, but I see you're unmuted. Okay, you just muted again. Let's find you again. Hold on here. I saw your name. We still can't hear you, Erica. We lost you. I don't even see your name anymore, but if you're on here, just hit star star twice. Okay, I see you. Okay,
Dr.
I'm gonna
Ross,
do
can you
it.
hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay, I'm using a different phone, and yeah, this iPhone thing that all you people that love iPhones, yeah, I don't like it. I'm not using my Android today. But anyway, so thank you so much. Good morning, Wakanda Nation. Good morning to everyone. Dr. Ross, you about to make me cry and make me laugh. You made me a diamond, but I will take it. I'll take it. So thank you so, so much. You're so amazing. You're so involved in everything, and I so appreciate everything. If I need something, I call Dr. Ross often. So thank you so much for everything that you do. All right, so Wakanda Nation, let's get at it. So my topic today is remembering your why. And I say remembering your why because the majority of us at some point had a why when we came in. So if you came in last week or if you came in last month or if you came in last year, we had somebody ask you what is your why? Why are you here? Why are you joining our business? And so we had a why, but sometimes we can forget what that why is. Or maybe we didn't really consider what our why is, or sometimes our whys can change. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to talk about. I had looked at some research on why, what people mean by that when they say what is your why. And so I looked at a TED talk that was from Simon Sinek, and his TED talk was entitled "Start with Why." And I'm actually going to share it. I'm going to share it on the Wakanda page because it was very inspiring, very educational, and it fits our business perfectly. So when Simon Sinek talked about his why, he said the definition of why is how you explain your purpose, the reason you exist, the reason you get out of bed every morning. Okay, so I want you to think about that when you think about your why. Simon Sinek said 100% of the people know what they do. Some of the people know how they do what they do, but few people know why they do what they do. And so he was talking about people don't buy. He was also I don't know if he was a network marketer, but he was in the selling industry. People don't buy what you do; they buy why you do what you do, and that's very important for us because we can go and tell people that we have CBD. We can tell people we have our flat belly lifestyle program. But if we don't give the passion behind it, if we can't tell them why we're involved in it, if we just say, I have a website, you want to buy something? It's not likely that they're going to buy it just from that information. So we really have to dive more into the why and dive into, what we're passionate about. And so the question I have for you today is what are you passionate about? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why are you here? And so really thinking about that, because as you're talking to other people, they're going to hear whether you're passionate or not. And so Mr. Sinek also talked about we often communicate from the outside in. We talk about the what, we talk about the how, like I just said. What I have CBD. I have this flat belly lifestyle program. But we talk about how we can sell it, but we don't start from the inside. He talks about we often start from the outside in, the why and what and the how, but we don't start from the why. So he talked about how important it is to start from that why so people can hear your passion. And that really resonated with me when I looked at that TED talk because I've noticed that my why has changed. And so your why can change. I've been with the company since April of 2019. No, excuse me, since November of 2019. The company started in April, November of 2019. And when I originally started with Wakana, it was very simple. I needed CBD to help to control my MS symptoms. That was my real basic why. I also got into the company because at the time it was in November of 2019, so we were offering shares in the company. I was like, okay, well that's great, and I respected and loved and trusted my cousin Larry and Gail, Larry and Gail, my cousins, who are out there in Chicago or out there in Illinois. And so I got into it for the shares in the company. I was like, okay. So I talked to my husband about it. We have two now grown children, but I'm thinking about building generational wealth and for the generations that we have to come. We don't have grandchildren at this point, but I'm sure that one day we will. So that's all I wanted. All I wanted was the products for myself, and I wanted to be able to build a legacy for my children. Okay. And so if you've been with us for a little while, you've heard Coach Dan, and you may even have heard Minister Mooney, who is one of my leads, talk about if your why doesn't make you cry, your why is too small. And I didn't really understand what they meant by that when they said that. But, really after looking at it and really understanding that it's your passion. So if you're not passionate about this, if you're not passionate about your business, if people can't feel it, you're not going to be successful. So you got to find out what your why is. Why are you here? And also, we talk about often about here at Wakana about being a product of the product. I am absolutely a product of the product. That is how I came through the door. Like I said, I wasn't interested. I didn't even get into sharing and exposing, not any of that. I really wanted to my symptoms of MS away. And so that's really why I got into it. But if my why didn't make me cry, it was too small. So yes, I became a product of the product, but my why over time has changed. And so that was my first why that I just told you about. But my second why was, okay, I need to increase my residual income. And I remember working with Minister Mooney, and he asking me what income did I want to glean from this business. And I was like, oh, and I really didn't understand. I didn't understand anything about network marketing. It's my first time being in this industry. So it wasn't something that was familiar to me. It's like, oh, if I could just make a couple $100s a month, that would be great. I was just looking. So my second why was really to pay for our son, who was in private school at the time. And then I knew that he was going to be, I knew that he could possibly be going to college. And so I wanted to be able to pay for college without having a huge expense. And so really looking at it from, what Mr. Sinek said, I had to look at what my why was and how I was going to make that happen. How was I going to increase my residual income? So what I had to do, I had to start giving testimonies. I had to start sharing that I was a product of the product. I had to start sharing my business with other individuals. And so the way that I accomplished that, I accomplished it with sharing what I do best, right? I didn't say that I'm a clinical social worker. I'm a therapist, and now I'm a health coach. And so it's something I've loved working with people with chronic conditions, even before I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. When I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I'm like, God, you got jokes. Because it was already something I was doing with other people, saying to them, oh, you're not your disease. You can do this. You got support, all these kind of things. But then when I was diagnosed with MS myself, then I had to find those words for myself. So I started giving testimonies. I started sharing more, started sharing about, what the products were doing for me. And so Dr. Rita would ask me often to give a testimony about my condition if she was talking about something with MS. And then a couple of times she actually did a webinar with me um, specific to MS. So if you haven't seen the webinar, if you know somebody has multiple sclerosis and you haven't seen my webinars, they're out there. Go check them out and share them, right? Because it's really good information. But so for my second why, I started just talking more. For those of you that don't know me personally, I am not an extrovert at all. I'm an introvert. And so, unless I'm close to you, I really don't share a whole lot of information. So, the changes that I've made over the last few years being Wakanda has been I'm amazing myself because I really started to share much more information, just being transparent, because I realized that the more I shared, the more I was actually giving to people, the more I was giving away. I didn't realize it, like Dr. Roz was just saying. I didn't have any idea that I was inspiring so many people. I didn't understand that people are always watching. I didn't understand that they actually even cared. So that helped to fuel my second why. And as the more I started sharing, the more I started making in my business, the more customers I started gaining, and so I really just noticed that that was working. And so that was my second why. I started making more money, making more residual income. And then I started working and realized I had a third why. And my third why was I wanted to get out of my house. We live in a townhouse. We have 3 levels in our house. I'm telling my husband, I need a home without stairs. And I also wanted to be able to get back to my mom. My mom has been my rock. She's been my supporter for all of my almost 54 years. And I want to give back. I wanted to reduce her financial stress. And I also wanted to take the financial stress off of myself and my husband. Like Dr. Ross said, my husband is always with me. I've known him since I was 16 years old. And we've been married for 27 years now. We have 2 wonderful children. And so I wanted to take the stress off of him. So that became my third why. And every time I gained another why, I had to step up what I was doing. I had to increase instead of saying no, I had to start saying yes. And so at that point, Dr. Rita had asked me to join the medical advisory board. And so I joined. Again, stepping out of my comfort zone. I began building a team. I started doing webinars on my own. And I started doing Facebook Lives, which was way, way, way out of my comfort zone, right? And so I had to increase my transparency with other people, just letting them know, why this works, how it works, and how passionate I am about it, right? And so I'm going to give you my last why, and then I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions that I want you to consider. And so my most recent why is my husband and I have been talking about traveling more. We really want to live abroad. We had started thinking that just because we were born in this country doesn't mean we have to stay here. So we have been looking at lots of places that we may be able to go. And I'm so excited about being with Wakana, knowing that that's the vision for Wakana as well. So I'm starting, we want to live. One of the reasons I want to live abroad, one of my whys, is I had a friend, she's a friend and also a business partner that also has MS, and she lived in Kenya for a little while, and we talked about ending the stigma that there is about MS and you not being able to live freely, you not being able to do anything, everybody being homebound or not being able to control their symptoms of their disease. And so we talked about building an educational program in Kenya or somewhere. And so we've just been talking a lot. And so that has now become my my next why? And so, really trying to leverage our health and wellness business. And guys, let me tell you, if you're not doing phase three, if you have not exposed yourself to the flat belly lifestyle, you may not need to lose weight, but everybody needs to lose weight. So everybody could be doing this program so that you can build your own why, build your own testimony. Um, you got to learn if you're getting in your own way with your business. Again, what's your why, and how do you want to get what do you want to get out of this, and how do you need to step out of your comfort zone? Because I've had to step out of my comfort zone on several occasions, including accepting doing this morning call. So when it comes to your business, you have to learn to say yes more than you say no. Years ago, I read the book called The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. If you haven't never seen it, it's a valuable book. You may want to take a look at it. And so, what I want to leave you with today is really please think about what is your why, what are you passionate about, and how do you need to get out of your own way. Understand your power of yes. That's it for me, Dr. Roz.
Thank you, Erica. Oh, girl, drop the mic. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's so good when people push us to where we need to go. Sometimes we need that little push. So thank you so much. You've given us so much valuable information. And don't forget, everybody, today is Tuesday. It's Dr. Rita's Doctor's Edition. We've got that going on. And then the overview that will be taking place right after that, 7 and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Invite, 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 invite. Let's fill that room, that fill that space up, that virtual space up with people that need to hear this information, and they hear from the viewpoint of a medical advisor or a practitioner or an LVN or RVN or anybody in that space that just wants to know that information. So it's there for us to invite our guests. We know that we show up because we want to be informed, but it's really there to invite other guests to be a participant to hear all of this powerful information so they can have the testimony like Erica just talked about of her what her why is. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great Wakana kind of day, and bye for now.